we have a scary New York Jets update, and this changes everything for the team going forwards this season, as the Jets have had a rough start to the year, and now things just got rougher with a new update as well. But that also means changes are coming to this team in a way that does benefit them longer term, and we're going to go over exactly what happened, why now the Jets are actually going to benefit longer term from this because of a secret weapon that is really breaking out onto the scenes for this team. There's a lot to go over right now, guys, on this Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon regarding the Jets, and we are going to waste no time jumping right into the video, guys. But real quick, if you are part of that percentage that's not subscribed to the channel, if you're part of that 68% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily New York Jets updates. We got a lot of great videos coming out every single day for you guys that you don't want to miss out on. We're having so much fun on this channel right now. Obviously, things are not looking great for the Jets, but they do now. They're now on a win streak. They're on a one-game win streak, and we're going to have fun talking about it, especially with all the trade stuff happening right now as well. There's a lot to go over, but let's jump right into it, guys. There is, again, lots to talk about on this Jets team, as we have a huge update regarding this man right here, as a new update has revealed a pretty scary situation regarding the Jets and one of their starting defenders, as Jets safety Andre Cisco has a pectoral tear that needs repair. Now, Cisco, who signed with New York in free agency, suffered the injury on Sunday versus Cincinnati, as Jeremy Fowler announced. And on top of that, Andrew Bartofano, who is with the New York Post, did mention that Andre Cisco started all 8 games for the Jets this season after signing a 1-year, $8.5 million contract this offseason. He's recorded 41 tackles and 1 pass defended, while ranking 51st out of 88 in safeties, according to Pro Football Focus's grading system. So obviously, Andre Cisco has not went out there by any means and set the world on fire, but he was giving the Jets some solid enough performance, especially when considering that Tony Adams is ranked below that at 55th. You do start to understand the Jets. They did use Cisco a lot, and Cisco did have a role with this team. Now, Andre Cisco, throughout this season, put up some solid numbers. I mean, he wasn't against setting the world on fire, but he was doing well. He was on track to have a pretty good year tackle-wise and break his break last year from tackles, very much challenging his 2022 season for the most tackles he'd get. He was on track for that. But now Cisco likely looks to be missing the end of the year. Now, he might be able to come back from a pectoral tear. Likely not. But there is a world where we could see Andre Cisco in the final week or two of the season. But I would definitely not be betting on that going forwards, especially because regarding this Jets team, we are now going to be seeing some changes coming. As it was mentioned, look, Cisco's on a 1-year deal. He's on that 1-year, $8.5 million contract, and the Jets were seeing that team, the whole team that they made in free agency, as an island of broken toys type team. Can they go out there? Can they make some changes? Can they do stuff that's going to benefit this team, or can they not? That's the big question going into things, and frankly, with the New York Jets, I do think one of the biggest things surrounding this team is how exactly they're going to be moving forwards and looking next season in regards to the players they brought in this season. Now, obviously, not a lot of long-term contracts were signed. Justin Fields could be waived after, or could be cut after this season, and the Jets could save some money on it. So we're going to see obviously what happens there. That's totally a possibility. And the other contract that we did see that was longer term was the deal that Brandon Stevens got, getting that 3-4 year deal with the Jets, and really just so far it's been an interesting tenure. There was a lot of conversation about Brandon Stevens, and his role with the New York Jets. Is he going to play cornerback, or were the Jets going to transition him to safety? Well, now if there's a time to transition him to safety, it's right now. Just going over everything that the Jets have right now in their team, it does make sense to move Stevens to safety. He's always sort of been a guy who we've seen as a potential to move to that free safety role. Now, Cisco is the strong safety, so we could see him even move there. He's a little undersized for that position, especially depending on how the Jets want to use that strong safety. But at the end of the day, I would not be surprised to see Stevens move to either one of those safety roles, just because the Jets now, their safety game is very much lacking. We know the Jets don't like Tony Adams. We know that Woody Johnson specifically doesn't like Tony Adams and doesn't want the Jets to play him. So that does, or at least that was last season's case. So we do have to be aware of the fact that Woody might step in and be like, hey, no, don't play Tony Adams. I don't think that's a good idea. And the Jets damn well might listen to him, because Aaron Glenn's 1-7. He doesn't want to risk losing his job by any means and being a one-and-done head coach. It's really, 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 really hard to come back from being a one-and-done head coach. Glenn doesn't want to be a one-and-done head coach. He's made it very clear that he wants to be the guy that brings the New York Jets back, and that he takes a lot of pride in trying to go out there and do that. So when we consider all of this surrounding the Jets, it does make sense to go and try to use Brandon Stevens in this role anyway, because I just think he would fit very well. I think he's better as a safety than as a cornerback. He does get beat a lot. He's not the fastest corner in the world. I know Sauce Gardner's not the fastest corner in the world, but he's Sauce. It's a little bit different. Meanwhile, Brandon Stephens not the fastest cornerback in the world, definitely a zone corner. And just frankly, when you look at him, it does make a lot of sense to move him to a safety position. I think it fits a lot better there. That's how I personally feel in regards to Brandon Stephens. And I mean, when you look at the numbers throughout his career, he did start his career as a free safety. That's the thing that we have to remember. His first year in Baltimore with the Ravens in 2021 when he got drafted, he was a safety. And wouldn't you know it, he had the most tackles that he ever had in a season. Now, that's combined tackles. His most solo tackles did come when he was playing a defensive back role, sort of a hybrid role, and he did have 57 tackles. So he does tackle people. He gets tackles. And this season with the Jets, his tackles are down, and he has deflected 6 passes, which is really nice. But I don't see a purpose in putting him here. I don't see a purpose in it at all, frankly. I think what the Jets have to do is go out there and make a change to this team. I mean, frankly, let's just look at the depth chart real quick and understand something. Okay, so right now, Sauce Gardner's out. We understand that. Azariah Thomas has looked pretty promising. Obviously, Quantez Stiggers is still around from when the Jets brought him on last year in the draft in 2024. So we see that. The Jets right now, I mean, Malachi Moore is going to be, or is the strong safety. Meanwhile, Andre Cisco's now out, so we're looking at an Isaiah Oliver or a Tony Adams stepping in that role. I would expect it to be Oliver. Or here's what you could do. You put Brandon Stephens in there, and Jarvis Brownlee becomes your starting cornerback next to Sauce when Sauce comes back. For right now, it's Brownlee and Azariah. I have no problem with that. I have less than no problem with that. I'm excited about that as far as it goes because those are 2 young guys who have shown potential, and then you get Sauce Gardner back, and things start to look pretty damn good. So I kind of like that idea a lot better than I keep saying Andre Cisco. Then Andre Cisco and Brandon Stephens out there in their respective positions. Look, Cisco, again, he's not been bad by any means. I'm not trying to say he's been bad, but he hasn't set the world on fire by any means. And because of that, the Jets are going to be letting him go at the end of this year anyway. That's why I don't think that we're going to see Cisco suit up in a Jets uniform again, especially because they're not going to try to rush him back so he can get injured. And Cisco probably knows he's going to leave and hit the open market again, so he probably doesn't want to rush back and not play fully healthy. But we're going to see exactly how this goes. And frankly, I do really want to see Jarvis Brownlee as the Jets, either number 1 or number 2 corner going forwards while Sauce is out with the concussion. Sauce is obviously going to be on a week-to-week basis, and because the Jets do have the bye week this week, I would expect Sauce Gardner to be back in week 10 for the Jets 9th game of the year. That's sort of how I expect this Jets team to go and roll out. That's what I think they should do. And it makes sense. Why would you not go out there and do that? You have 2 young corners, and you could move Stephens to a position where he had one of his best seasons in the NFL. If he never played free safety before, I'd be like, yeah, don't play Brandon Stephens at free safety. But he had a great year playing at free safety. He started 11 of those 17 games and still had had the most tackles combined that he had any single year. He upped those numbers twice, one where he played a defensive back role, again, that hybrid role, and then as the right cornerback for the Ravens in his final season. But still, I think those tackle numbers show that he should be going to that safety position. It just makes more sense for him. And again, he played that position for the first, 3 years of his career in a lot of ways. So I would rather that. Personally, that makes a lot more sense. That's just how I feel on the matter. And frankly, Jarvis Brownlee is just so good. We look at Twitter. They're absolutely loving Brownlee. As we see here, Joe Morano saying that hopefully the Titans can find a couple of promising young corners like Jarvis Brownlee and Roger McCreary with the mid-day 3 picks that they got by trading away Jarvis Brownlee and Roger McCreary. On top of that, Zach Rosenblatt, shout out to Zach, said that Darren Mougey should hit an absolute home run with the Jarvis Brownlee trade, and what on earth were the Titans thinking trading him away for nothing? It was the steal that this is the Jets' steal of the season. No doubt about it. It's getting a 24-year-old Jarvis Brownlee, who also, by the way, is absolutely loving being a Jet, saying, God, I just want to say I'm grateful for you making me a Jet. Well, funny enough, he actually did have some Jet troubles, and by that I mean plane troubles recently, trying to get home for his bye week, which was I don't mean to laugh because I've definitely had my fair share of running to my connections as well. But Jarvis Brownlee, he's just a good dude, man. He's just a good guy. You like him. You see the Twitter. You see the way he plays. Everything about Jarvis Brownlee, you gravitate towards the man. Every time I see his tweets and just then the way he plays in the field, I'm like, this is a guy you keep. You gotta love the guy in the locker room just based off everything that he does. The man is getting hype with his teammates who he started playing with a few weeks ago. And he should be a starting cornerback for this team. I want to see it be Sauce Gardner, Jarvis Brownlee, Azariah Thomas is your third. That's what the Jets should be doing. Get Brandon Stevens into the role that makes more sense for him. Boom, the team looks way better. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Am I just absolutely incorrect? What do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Should the Jets do this? What do you think about Andre Cisco not playing? Who should replace him? Should it be Tony Adams? Should it be Isaiah Oliver? Should it be Brandon Stevens moving to free safety and having Brownlee, Azariah, and Sauce handle the cornerback role? That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in those comments down below. Like this video. Subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Have a wonderful day, guys. Get through Wednesday. All of a sudden, it's Thursday. The next day is Friday. It's also Halloween. If you're going out for Halloween, you got a lot of good stuff to look forward to, man. Just keep on pushing. Keep on chugging. All love. I do the heart with both hands, but I got the mic. I got the handheld mic because we're on the road right now up in Canada. Thank you so much for watching. You didn't need this long ass outro. Have a great day. Go Jets.